I think that community is what makes life worth living. My favourite poem is called Of Roots and Wings, because a life fulfilled is one that has deep roots of family and community, but also has the wings to let you fly and see the world. And I think both are important.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, David.
Oh, were you around the corner from us?
We've been down on the beach a couple of hours.
My school was a comprehensive school, first of all in Leeds and then in London, and they taught me that the person sitting next to you could be as bright as you, or as bad as you at physics in my case, but they don't necessarily get the chances that you get. And so the value that really drives me is that notion: equal opportunity for all, special privilege for none.
Gordon Brown's resignation means that there's now a vacancy for the leadership of the Labour Party, and there will be an election for that post. I will be a candidate in that election. I will be so with a deep sense of humility at the responsibility attached to the post, but also great passion for the values and causes that brought me into the Labour Party 27 years ago.
I think if you want anything for your community or your country, you need schools. And you need schools that have got high aspiration, that really treat every child as being special. It's really a belief that you don't have to be rich to be lucky in your education. And that's a really powerful thing, I think. People want clarity and confidence. And I think that that's the sort of a Labour Party that we need to see. A Labour Party that's ready not to duck the difficult questions, but to address them head on in an honest way.
We've just had an extraordinary general election. Now the Labour Party must reform, repair and rebuild in opposition, and prepare to fight and win a general election again. For that we need a new leader, and today I declare my candidacy for that post.
We are strong when we are engaged in our communities, but also when we're giving them the kind of explanation that speaks to their daily lives, and that's our responsibility.
He's committed to children, to education, to elderly people.
Yeah, he's quite accepting of everybody, and I think he thinks everybody is equals and he wants to help everybody in the community.
I think that David would be a fantastic leader of the Labour Party.
You have to be rooted. You're in Asda or Sainsbury's or Tesco's, you're in the fish and chip shop, you're in your swimming trunks at the Temple Park Leisure Centre, and they come and start telling you about their housing problem. That is what our political system should be, because at the heart of it, we're all equal on polling day.
If we can't make people feel they belong to our society, our communities and our country, then we're not doing our job. That's the battleground of modern politics. It's a battleground that we have to win on.
Well, I think this is a great country. The values of the people are incredibly strong. Some of our institutions, like the National Health Service, are world-beating. Some of our innovators are amazing. And we have to be a country that builds on what's great, builds on the strengths in order to tackle what's wrong. Because you don't have to believe that Britain is broken, which it isn't, to admit the things that need to be made better, and they do.
We want to run this campaign in a way that we'd like to run the Labour Party and eventually run the country, which is in an open way, an inclusive way, and in a way which says, I think it was Obama who said, we should be able to disagree without being disagreeable. We've got to be able to engage on the basis of respect. And one of the things we're going to do is hold meetings for people who are supporters of mine, but also people who are not. Because in the end, we're going to have to live as a party together afterwards, and we're going to have to build as a movement together afterwards.
If you can make a difference, then you should. And if you don't, that's a waste. And I think it's very important to hold on to that notion that if you can make a difference, you do.
I just love him. I love him.
There's that great expression from Robert Kennedy that if you drop a pebble in a pond, the ripples can be seen around the world. And I think that's something that you have to hold on to, because it's thousands of those pebbles that in the end make for big change.